The vestibulospinal tracts are basically the set of the descending tracts that are responsible for facilitating the extensor muscles, and they are inhibiting the flexor muscles. Now, what is the particular pathway that they are going to inculcate into, or they are going to basically follow? As the name is indicated, you might have this particular hinting phenomena that they're going to start off in the vestibular nuclei in the midbrain and the pons. And these vestibular nuclei are basically getting the sensory information from the vestibular nerve at that particular levels. So as you can even appreciate over here, they are basically, these vestibular nuclei are lying in close relation to the abducens nuclei, the medial nuclei. And then we have a superior nucleus at this particular level. The lateral nucleus is lying in close relationship, which is basically lying laterally to this vestibular nuclei. And then we have the spinal nucleus of the trigeminal nerve. So it's basically a collection of nuclei that is present at this particular level of pons. And the facial nerve is basically lying medially to this particular fasciculus. This is the restiform body, and then we have the brachium pontis. Remembering these close relations are again very important, because damage to any of these organs can basically indirectly affect the functions of these pathways as well. So this is the vestibular nerve, which is basically bringing back the sensory information towards these vestibular nuclei. And from there on, the descending tracts are going to descend down the information regarding the balance and regarding the posture of an individual as well. This is again another nucleus of the superior olivary, known also as the superior olivary nucleus, lying in close relation, medial lemnisci. This is again an extension of the restiform body, which is going to be present throughout in a lateral relation. The fibers are going to descend down to the medulla, and then we have this medial vestibular nucleus and the inferior vestibular nucleus. This is the medial lemnisci and the pyramid at the level of the medulla. Now moving on, this is the motor decussation that is going to take place. So some of the fibers are going to decussate and cross over to the opposite sides at this level of medulla before it is going to enter the cervical spine. This is going to form after this decussation has taken place. We'll have the medial vestibular tract, which is present medially, and we'll have the lateral vestibulospinal tract. So these are the two different types of locations. We have one of the tract which is present medially, and we have an uncrossed tract which is present laterally, which just descends down to the upper cervical and to the thoracic and the lumbar segment, so on. So it basically decussates on the alpha and the gamma neurons in the ventral horn cells. And the ventral root nerve fibers, they basically extend down towards the effector organs thereafter. From here, we have the motor end plates in the trapezius and the scalene muscles, specifically in the cervical segment. In the thoracic segment, the motor end plates in the intercostal and the segmental back muscles, they arise. The lumbar region basically gives off the motor end plates in the quadriceps femoris. And we have the motor end plates in the gastrocnemius, which is basically giving rise in the sacral segments of the spinal cord. So when we look at the set of muscles, we now know that the extensor muscles are basically facilitated through this particular tract, and the flexor muscles are inhibited by these particular tracts. So this is the basic function that is being performed by the vestibulospinal tracts.